Hi, tarot lovers. Welcome back to Tantra and Tarot with Kelly. Today, we're going to be discussing the Aquarius full moon, which is exact August 11th, 2022 at 7:35 p.m. Mountain Time at 21 degrees of Aquarius. Yeah, so we're going to do a reading today. I'm going to be using the Saturn-Uranus Tarot, along with some other decks, including the Moonology deck, the Animal Spirit deck. We're also going to use the Archetype deck and the I Ching deck. So as I'm shuffling, let's go ahead and talk a bit about this moon cycle. This moon is ruled by Uranus and as well as Saturn, and they are squaring off. So the planet of discipline and structure is squaring off against the planet of individuality and freedom. So that can make for some interesting dynamics. There's a lot of potential with growth with this full moon, with it being conjunct Saturn and square Uranus and the North Node and Mars. So Uranus, the North Node, and Mars are all conjunct right now in Taurus. And so we have our sun in Leo and then our moon in Aquarius, and that is called a fixed T-square. So let's talk a bit more about it. Basically, if you're feeling a bit weary at this time, just go ahead and go slow. It is beneficial to be conscious of each step that you're taking, especially if surprises begin to occur, because with that Uranian energy, there's a chance that a lot could just be a little erratic and not what you expected. So I went ahead and cut the deck, and at the bottom of the deck, when I cut, I had the King of Pentacles. So we'll see how that comes back into play. But I would like to mention that luckily that King of Pentacles represents Saturn, who is ruling this lunation, like I said, along with Uranus. So there could be some surprising answers and magical healing opportunities as well, because the moon is going to be sextile Chiron, which is the wounded healer asteroid in the sky. But if you're impatiently wondering what's going to give, it may have to be you, because acting stubborn in the same old way could prove to be futile. But if you go ahead and bring some love into the situation, and instead of judging yourself and others, just navigating this energy with a bit more consciousness, it may help for some complications and some perhaps arguments or tension. We do, the T-square is a tension of types. So just go ahead and keep moving through the storm regardless, even if you're like I said, feeling a little weary, go slow. And if surprises begin to occur, just wait on some more information for that next step. And the information should be coming through at the appropriate time. However, it may make you feel a little impatient in the moment. So I'm just going to pull one more card. I'm going to pull the Archetype card. Oop, it wants to be this one. And then I'm also going to be pulling an Animal Spirit card. So just go ahead and be mindful of your inner circle. Aquarius rules the 11th house, which is your friends and your community at large, I say. And there may be some who are helping you with this energy right now, and there could be some who could be making these transitions difficult on you. So making those necessary changes with your friends group if you need to, and if not, just being mindful of where you're putting your energy. You may want to do some extra meditation on some higher frequencies if you're feeling low, or eat some good foods. I know there's so many foods available right now at all the farmers markets, and that high prana food could help you, could lift you up if you're going through some challenging times. All right, so let's see what we have here. The main energy I have for this tarot reading, very interesting, is the Nine of Swords. The past energy is the Queen of Pentacles, which is interesting because we had that King of Pentacles at the beginning, and this is that divine couple. So we have a King and Queen of Pentacles. And then we have, in the center of the reading, we have the Seven of Cups. And in the future, we have the Knight of Cups. So several Cups cards in here. And at the bottom of the deck, I have the King of Cups. And let's see what else we have. The Animal Spirit card I have is the Butterfly, which is interesting because this came out multiple times during the love readings. the archetype card I have is Shapeshifter, which I love that for Aquarius, because Uranus is definitely that individuality and making innovative changes. So then our moon energy card we have is Blue Moon, believe in the impossible. And last year, the Aquarius full moon was a blue moon. So we're bringing that energy back in. And when anything is possible, when Uranus is involved and it's conjunct Mars in the North Node, just go ahead and I guess wait for the big excitement, because it will be coming up here soon. All right, so let's see what else we have. The I Ching cards I have, the first one is number 48, the Well. And the second one is number 56. This says La Vagabonde, but I feel like it's also the Traveler in English. So we'll look a little bit more into that here soon. But let's see what this tarot means for us. Well, there's no doubt that when Saturn is involved and Uranus is involved, we can get a little stuck in our heads, or just feeling a little bit stuck in general. And when that happens, it can produce some anxiety. So if you're feeling like, wow, there's just some things occurring that are making me anxious, and I didn't want this to come back around, and I'm dealing with stuff that isn't ideal, and it's likely what you didn't want to happen, perhaps. If you're feeling that way, that meditation, that slowing down, taking things one step at a time, not getting ahead of yourself mentally before things have worked themselves out energetically. What could be freaking you out now, for example, may be the catalyst for a good change that happens in the future, but we just don't have all the answers yet. So definitely sticking to your plan, staying in a mind space of allowing things to just flow. When we're all stuck in the head, when we're worrying about the worst possible outcome, it can be hard to have faith and trust that the universe does have a larger plan that is going to be beneficial for you, but we may just not be seeing that yet. So what have we been doing in the past, though? Well, according to Saturn, we have to keep up that hard work and discipline, making the money, putting in the effort, climbing that ladder to success. And with this in the past position, this could be something that we were doing a very good job at during the last full moon, during the full moon in Capricorn. So with that Capricorn energy flowing into the Aquarius energy, our successes are going to be drawing new innovations. And so maybe you're feeling like you have some money now to put towards those crazy ideas that could be hatching at this time. And what type of crazy ideas do we have? Well, we've got seven of them here. So multiple choices. You may be feeling you have just a little confusion, or there's action that you aren't sure what you want to do with yet. You don't know what action you want to take yet. And so dating around these ideas, not overthinking them, but seeing which one, maybe one of these does bring you anxiety and the other ones feel pretty good. For example, if say you're looking at changing jobs right now and you're looking at all of your job opportunities, one of them may be like, I just can't go back to doing that anymore. That type of job doesn't work for me. For example, I don't like working in a cubicle anymore. And so now I would like to be at home, and that job doesn't offer me that. So we're looking at all of the options here, and the ones that may make you feel like this isn't for me, like this is the same old stuff. Let's look at what else is there, because typically when there are a lot of options available to you, you can get a little anxious, and you may feel like the worst is going to happen when there's so many other possibilities that could occur. The worst is typically not the one that happens. So being positive, keeping your head up high, holding your chin up high, even if you aren't quite sure how things are going to happen during these challenging times, and allowing for an open mind over the next few months, you will see how this Saturn-Uranus square can benefit you in the long run. And that is part of this, I would say, this metamorphosis that we're going through. That's part of this transition that we're going through here. And in the uncomfortable phases, you may be in the cocoon now and not ready to quite spread your wings. That is still in the cooking phase. So we're still cooking with all of these things that we're working on. And in the future that should make us a little bit happier. This guy is, so I always like to think of this thing sometimes as the boyfriend card, but this is the kind of sometimes the love bomber. But in non-love situations, I see this as just being heart-centered, keeping your heart open, keeping an open mind, feeling more like you want to express yourself in a loving way, bringing love into the situation. And if you do have something that you're working through, basing that from a heart-centered point of view rather than perhaps coming down on somebody hard. So how are we going to draw that love out of others? Well, by being loving yourself. So, and speaking of drawing things out, you know, we do have this well card here. So what are we drawing out of the well? Let's see what we're doing here with this visionary I Ching. I'm going to go ahead and go to number 48, and then we'll read a bit about the well, and then we'll read a little bit more about, I believe it's called the Wanderer. So let's see here, number 48. It says water above, wind below. So throughout the cultures of the world, the well has served as a symbol for that which sustains life and provides a constant, inexhaustible source of nourishment. Human nature is basically the same. The passage of time cannot add to its dimensions nor take anything away. Still, just as the well can be deepened to produce clear water, we can enrich our lives by deeply delving within to tap our essential nature and reach the true source of spiritual nourishment. And nourishment, according to the spiritual aspects, doesn't come from the earthly plane, doesn't come from this material world, from this hard work, from this Capricornian, this Saturnian energy. It comes more from looking within the heart, from your feeling energy. So if it's a little challenging to get out of your head, getting into the feelings, we have the King of Cups at the bottom. He holds his feelings within, and you may not be able to tell what he's feeling, but they are in fact deep and profound. So what are those deep, profound messages that are coming up? I should say also that we have Mercury opposing Pluto right now as well. And that would likely be bringing up a lot of those deep love energies. And let me just make sure here, because I do believe it was also opposing Venus. And I want to make sure I get that right. So at the time of the full moon, we have Mercury in Virgo. Okay. And then we have Pluto in Capricorn. So those are more trying. We have Venus that was more in the exact opposition to Pluto. So a little bit of a correction there. So as Venus was opposite Pluto, that likely brought up a lot of these deeper emotions and feelings as it has to pertain to your heart chakra. And now that you've had a chance to work through those, perhaps you are ready to express how you feel. So very good. And let's look a bit more at number 56. Number 56. It says, the Wanderer, fire above, mountain below. Seasoned travelers know that special decorum is called for when venturing far from home. They must develop a more yielding personality so that their local contact or host can open doors and pave the way. Inwardly, the wanderer knows that it is sometimes difficult to discern the intentions of strangers. Are they hostile, friendly, or merely opportunistic? The twin houses of mystery and discovery rule any journey we take. Each new day is launched on a fresh landscape, one that reaches out to grab our attention. Travel is a great teacher and a great equalizer. There is an art to living on the road. Increased caution and discernment become the keys not only to success, but to survival. So using a lot of caution and using those key phrases that we discussed, such as discernment, can help you from or can help you dealing with any surprises that may come up. And a traveler knows that when they make their way into somebody else's space, it's not them who's trying to change that space. They are being changed by what is in the space that they're traveling to. So allow yourself to be affected by things in a new and different way, and let that Uranus North Node Mars conjunction really work in a positive way to bring you opportunities in which you grow into them. So one more quick note from the I Ching. We're going to look at the changing lines between number 48 and 56 to have a special message. All right, the changing lines are number 2, number 4, and number 5. 2, 4, 5, 6. 2, 4, 5, 6. So the non-changing lines 1 and 3 are the ones that we're going to be looking at, especially number 3. So let's read number 1, and then we'll read number 3 of the non-changing lines for number 48. And I'm sorry, I made a mistake. It's going to be number, oh yeah, the non-changing lines. Okay, a little confusing here. All right. So number 1 and number 3. Number 1 says, drinking from a muddied well leads to misfortune. The mind easily becomes confused when it's preoccupied with trivialities or phantom images. Plumb the source, live your life fully, and plunge in deeply. But don't dive in too far or over your head too quickly. Foolhardy endeavors are a waste of time. And I do appreciate how it says here, the mind easily becomes confused when it's preoccupied with trivialities or phantom energies. And basically that's what we're seeing here. Some confusion, some anxiety. There's just seems to be a lot of options and open-ended situations going on right now, but it's going to be resolved. It's just not today. So having a little patience with that. Number 3, let's read number 3. Number 3 says, the well is clean, but not yet being used. This is a shame, for like an abandoned well, your abilities are not being recognized, to your own dissatisfaction and to the detriment of others. If someone in a high position, or perhaps the highest and best part of yourself, recognizes your abilities, then you can shift directions and still gain magnificent good fortune. So a bit of the letting go of the old ways, not being so stubborn in the fact that you don't think things can shift, and recognizing your own inner voice that's giving you some direction right now. If you're abandoning your own abilities, then you aren't living your life to the fullest right now. So I appreciate that, because Uranus and Aquarius offer us the opportunity to be our beautiful, independent selves. So, and when we do that, we're going to look at the shapeshifter. You become this shapeshifter. You become what it says here, light attributes, skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness, ability to see the potential in everything. Even the things that may quote unquote feel negative, there is still beauty and potential in those things. And so shifting them in a way, shifting your mind, transforming and harmonizing things in a way that allows you to have faith and to keep moving forward into the unknown. The shadow attribute says, projecting any image that serves your personal agenda in the moment. So being mindful of how you're using that shapeshifter energy and having a lot of faith, because it says here, believe in the impossible blue moon. So maybe there's some possibilities that you've taken off of the reality list, and they may come back to serve you in a way where your dreams do come true. So lovely. That was very beautiful. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. And please subscribe if you have not already. It helps me grow as a channel, and I really appreciate it. Enjoy this beautiful full moon in Aquarius, and I will see you again soon.
Please subscribe to my channel for more Tantra and Tarot. Have a blessed and beautiful day.